Good morning, students. Our today's topic in the subject of business studies is road transport. So we are going to read the different means of the different modes of the road transport, their advantages and disadvantages. So concentrate now. First thing that we are going to read is road transport. Road transport is very popular mode of the transport used by the suppliers and businesses to deliver orders. The advantages are cost effective, fast delivery, ideal for short distances, ideal for transporting perishable, for example, fruits and vegetables, easy to monitor location of the goods, easy to communicate with driver, and ideal for sending by courier shortages to customers. The disadvantages of the road transport are transport subject to traffic delays. Second disadvantage is transport subject to breakdown. Next is goods susceptible to damage through careless driving. Next is bad weather. Next is driving regulations can cause delays. The next mode of the transport that we are going to read is the rail transport. The advantages of the rail transport are dependable. The greatest advantage of the rail transport is that it is the most dependable mode of the transport, as it is the least affected by the weather conditions such as rain, fog, etc. compared to the other modes of the transport. Second advantage is better organized. The rail transport is better organized than any other form of the transport. It has fixed routes and schedules. Its service is more certain, uniform, and regular as compared to other modes of the transport. Next is high speed over long distances. Particularly when long distances are concerned, this is actually a high speed mode. Its speed over long distances is more than any other mode of the transport except airways. Thus, it is the best choice for long distances traffic. Next is suitable for bulky and heavy goods. So railway transport is economical, quicker, and best suited for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. Next advantage is cheaper transport. It is cheaper mode of the transport as compared to the other modes of the transport. Every increase in the railway traffic is followed by a decrease in the average cost. Rail transport is economical in the use of the labor also, as one driver and one guard are sufficient to carry much more load than the motor transport. Next advantage is safety. Railways is the safest form of the transport. The chances of accident and breakdowns of the railways are minimum as compared to the other modes of the transport. Moreover, the traffic can be protected from the exposure to sun, rains, snow, etc. So these are the advantages of the rail transport. Next is larger capacity. The carrying capacity of the railways is extremely large. Moreover, its capacity is elastic, which can easily be increased by adding more wagons. So you add more wagons, the capacity can be increased. The next advantage of the rail transport is public welfare. It is the largest public undertaking in the country. Railways perform many public utility services. Their charges are based on charge what the traffic can bear principle, which helps the poor. In fact, it is the national necessity. Next advantage is administrative facilities of the government. Railways provide administrative facilities to the government. The defense forces and the public servants drive their mobility primarily from the railways. Next advantage of the rail transport is employment opportunities. The railways provide greater employment opportunities for both skilled and unskilled labor. Over 16 lakh persons are depending upon railways for the livelihood. The disadvantages are huge capital outlay. The railways require is large investment of capital. B, cost of the construction, maintenance and overhead expenses are very high as compared to other modes of the transport. So this is the first disadvantage. Next is lack of the flexibility. Another disadvantage of the railways transport is that inflexibility. Its routes and timings cannot be adjusted to individual requirements. So the routes are fixed and timing is also fixed. You cannot change the timing and the routes according to the individual requirement. So the next disadvantage is lack of the door-to-door service. Rail transport cannot provide door-to-door service as it is tied to the particular track. Intermediate loading or unloading involves greater cost, more wear and tear and wastage of the time. The time and the cost of the terminal operation are a great disadvantage of the rail transport. Next disadvantage is monopoly. As railways require huge capital outlay, they may give rise to monopolies and work against public interest at large. Even if controlled and managed by the government, lack of the competition may breed inefficiency and high cost. So, big disadvantage. Next is sustainable for short distance and small loads. Railways transport is unsuitable and uneconomical for short distance and small traffic of the loads. Next is booking formalities. It involves much time and labor in booking and taking delivery of the goods through railways as compared to the motor transport. Next is no rural service because of the huge capital requirements and traffic. Railways cannot operate economically in rural areas. Thus, large rural areas have no railway stations. Even today, this causes much inconvenience to the people living in the rural areas. Next disadvantage is underutilized capacity. The railway must have full load for its ideal and economic operation as it has a very large carrying capacity. Underutilization of its capacity is more in most of the region is a great financial problem and loss of the economy. And the last disadvantage of the rail transport is centralized administration. Being the public utility service, railways have a monopoly position. As such, there is a centralized administration. Local authorities fail to meet the personal requirements of the people as compared to road transport. Next thing which we are going to read is sea transport. The advantages of the sea transport are: the first one is ideal for transporting heavy and bulky goods, suitable for products with long lead times. So these are the advantages. Disadvantages are longer lead delivery time, bad weather, difficult to monitor exact location of the goods in transit, customers and excise restrictions could be costly. So these are the disadvantages. Next, we are going to read the air transport. The advantages of the air transport are high speed. The supreme advantage of the air transport is its high speed. It is the fastest mode of the transport and thus it is the most suitable mean where time is an important factor. Second advantage is comfortable and quick services. It provides a regular, comfortable, efficient and quick services. Next is no investment in construction of the track. It does not require huge capital investment in the construction and maintenance of the surface track. Next is no physical barrier. It follows the shortest and direct routes as sea, mountains or forests do not come in the way of the air transport. Next is easy access. Air transport can be used to carry goods and people to the areas which are not accessible by other means of the transport. Next advantage is emergency services. It can operate even when all other means of the transport cannot be operated due to the floods or other natural calamities. Thus, at that time, it is the only mode of the transport which can be employed to do the relief work and provide the essential commodities of the life. Next advantage is quick clearance. In air transport, custom formalities can be very quickly complied with and thus it avoids delays in obtaining clearance. Next advantage is most suitable for carrying light goods of high value. It is most suitable for carrying goods of perishable nature which require quick delivery and light goods of the high value such as diamonds, bullion, etc. over long distances. Next advantage is national defense. Air transport plays a very important role in the defense of a country. Modern wars have been fought mainly by aeroplanes. It has upper hand in the destroying the enemy in a very short period of the time. It also sports over wings of the defense of the country. And the last advantage is space exploration. Air transport has helped the world in the exploration of the space. But at the same time, it has some disadvantages. The first one is very costly. It is the costliest means of the transport. The fares of the air transport are so high that it is beyond the reach of the common man. Second disadvantage is small carrying capacity. Its carrying capacity is very small and hence it is not suitable to carry cheap and bulky goods. Next disadvantage is uncertain and unreliable. Air transport is uncertain and unreliable as it is controlled to a great extent by weather conditions. Unfavorable weather such as fog, snow or heavy rain, etc. may cause cancellation of the scheduled flights and suspension of the air services. Next disadvantage is breakdowns and accidents. The chances of the breakdowns and accidents are high as compared to other modes of the transport. Hence, it involves comparatively greater risk. Next disadvantage is large investment. It requires a large amount of the capital investment in the construction and maintenance of the aeroplanes and airports. Furthermore, many very trained and skilled persons are required for operating air service. Next disadvantage is specialized skills. Air transport requires a specialized skill and high degree of the training for its operation. Next disadvantage is unsuitable for cheap and bulky goods. So air transport is unsuitable for carrying cheap, bulky and heavy goods because of its limited capacity and high cost. Next disadvantage is legal restrictions. There are many legal restrictions imposed by various countries in the interest of their own national unity and peace. The next mode of the transport which we are going to read is the pipelines. So first we are going to read the advantages of the pipelines. They are ideally suited for the transport of the liquids and gases. Pipelines can be laid through difficult terrains as well as underwater. Next advantage is it involves very low energy consumption. Next is it needs very little maintenance. Next is pipelines are safe, accident-free and environmental friendly. But at the same time, there are some disadvantages. Number one, it is not flexible. For example, it can be used only for a few fixed points. Number two, its capacity cannot be increased once it is laid. Number two, it is difficult to make security arrangements for the pipelines. Next is underground pipelines cannot be easily repaired and detection of the leakage is also difficult. So these were some of the modes of the transport and their advantages and disadvantages. And the final topic which we are going to read is choosing the mode of the transport. So definitely whenever a business or a person choose a mode of the transport, some factors are there in come into the mind of the person or business. So what are they on which the mode of the transport is chose? So number one, cost matters as every business wants to minimize the cost. Number two, speed. Speed matters, especially in case of the perishable products or in case of the emergency. Next is reliability. To operate efficiently, a business needs to know when supplies will be delivered. If goods are not in the shop, business will lose sales. Reliability of the delivery is therefore vital. Next is safety. Safety of the products matters a lot. Businesses use those modes of the transport in which their goods does not damage. Next factor is location and the infrastructure. Where a business is located and what transport links are available will to some extent determines the choice of the transport. And the last thing is type of the goods. Road is most useful for relatively small loads taken over relatively shorter distance. For bulkier products in greater quantity which transported on regular basis, and for longer distances railway or ship or pipelines gain a cost advantage. So these were some factors on which choice of the transport depends. So students, this was the topic. Actually, this topic is called transportation or transport in the topic of marketing. So read this lecture again, learn it, make your notes. This is important topic as far as your paper is concerned. Thank you so much.